Welcome back to Comic Q University, where the only degree you need is in finding all those Marvel Easter eggs. We're here once again with an episode of Chew on This, and we're talking about Age of Ultron. I wonder if people, if there was a confusion, because Age of Ultron didn't come out with Age of Ultron.
Well, I don't know. But I don't think people went to the movie to say, I'd like a ticket for Age of Ultron. I think they went, I want a ticket for Avengers 2.
All I know is Blake Lively is an American treasure.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally watched Age of Ultron. But we're talking about the good, the bad, and the meh. First off the bat, good stuff. What did you guys think from watching Age of Ultron?
It's certainly not a bad film.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad
remotely
at
bad. I don't think that they dropped the ball. This movie falls into what typically happens with sequels. There's so much hype that do we try to reach above and beyond, or do we just make a movie that is gonna satisfy what people want while they work towards making this other epic movie?
Yeah. I think this movie is kind of connective tissue for the bigger.
It's like the bookend for phase 2 and phase 3.
Yeah. It's following the larger narrative of what's going on and setting up the pieces for what's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah. The good things I liked, all that humor, like that Marvel beat.
The Marvel formula.
Yeah. It's like action, story, jokes. The best scenes I love are when the Avengers are arguing and fighting. Like when they're lounging, when they're arguing about, when they're like joking about the who's worthy of Mjorn. Meow meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
The small talks that Steve has with Bruce Banner about I want to see Scarlet Witch, because he's Scarlett Johansson, so it's throwing me off. His talk was very sincere. He sounded very wise in that. So it almost evoked wow, it still felt like he was from a different time.
I've almost forgotten that his initial movies, he was that sophomoric, immature, juvenile douchebag in these movies.
You just waiting outside the bathroom to try and catch me in a towel?
Human Torch, in Scott Pilgrim, the evil boyfriend, he was the nerd in Losers. Here he is in Captain America and in the Avengers, and just completely inspiring this the sense of morality. Yeah. His scenes are so strong because he himself is such a good man.
Yeah. Something I really liked about this Avengers movie was the fact that lives mattered. Like the first initiative of the Avengers is to save the people.
Lives.
Yeah,
saving lives was
even as much as they were fighting Ultrons, when they touch back with each other, they're always checking are the people evacuated? They always
that was number one. Job number one, get the people safe.
Heroism isn't just destroying the bad guy. It's saving lives. It's protecting the people first,
protecting
and
people
then
who can't
dealing with the
protect
conflict.
themselves.
Because
you know what I also really enjoyed. So Spader as Ultron. Now I have seen Ultron in the cartoons, and I've read Ultron in the comic books, and Ultron comes across as being very robotic. It's what it is.
I thought he'd have robot voice.
Yeah. Even from the way that he moves, the facial reactions that they were giving him. There were moments that even Ultron had these human moments. The performances that Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen gave in the movie were Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance was much better than I anticipated. Elizabeth Olsen's was less than what I anticipated. Not to say she was bad, but there was certainly for an established actress who I think is very prestigious in her performances, the accent that she was giving sounded a bit phony, whereas Aaron Taylor Johnson, who I think is still a relatively new body in Hollywood, is still a little untried. His performance was spectacular. His accent was great.
Well, for those of you who don't know too, Aaron Taylor Johnson is actually an Englishman.
Yes.
So he has a thick English accent.
I think because they had both different European accents. Maybe she was a little more Ukrainian, maybe he's a little more Czechy. That's how they kind of. Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver was actually how I imagined Quicksilver, an arrogant jerk.
Yes.
And they threw a little bit of soccer hooliganish in there. I like that.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver is much more arrogant and proud, and he knows his ability and how it works. Very hot-headed.
Now let's talk about things that we had issues with. because it's a great film. I say go watch it. It's really fun. But I do feel like there was a bigger movie that was missing from this. Yeah. Like we took a lot of time to really focus on Hawkeye, which I don't mind. I love visiting the farm and seeing Hawkeye. I like the way he described why he does this, why he's a good part of the Avengers. Like powers, like they're a bunch of superheroes. I mean, there are a bunch of robots flying around killing people, and I have arrows. You know, like this doesn't make sense, but I'm here doing, you know, like and like
do everything I can.
Yeah, he's a hero. Like he's a hero. He says it's my job.
His job is to save lives.
Yeah. There are times where I did feel like Tony Stark got off easy because like these big things happened, the whole kind of rampage and everything, and they kind of stayed away from the public. So there was never an aftermath of like dealing with that. So like, where's Pepper? She's just under this files of all these like complaints and like just going through everything. And let's talk about the things that were like we are a little bit about.
I was kind of bummed. It's not necessarily something bad they did. I just was bummed that Baron von Strucker was so shortly used.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited to see him. You know, but
as being such a big, strong villain in the
one of the biggest parts of Hydra. Yeah.
You know, for them to just get rid of him like that.
One scene where like they come in and like Von Strucker like, what is it? And he's like, it's the Avengers, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh
it was very had a snip to it. That was so.
It felt like Hogan's Hero. It was like,
It's like watching the Wonder Woman TV show with Linda Carter.
Yeah.
And
what will we do?
When the Germans,
team up.
when the Germans are in Germany. And you know the lead German is answering a phone and he's speaking in German. He hangs up and he's speaking to another German right across from him in English with a German accent. Okay, whatever.
Okay, well, let's talk about the new books for the week.
So we got Secret Wars #1 that came out, and this first issue closes off everything that Jonathan Hickman has been working for the past 2 years with Avengers. Marvel's been so tight-lipped on what's been going on with Secret Wars and what it's going to mean. But those last 3 pages were like, what? How? What's going on? The next issue is supposed to set up what is the battle world, but this issue doesn't really even build it. It doesn't give you anything, any hints. It's
Heroes
just
Crisis.
And the end. Everybody is dead.
And if you're curious, you can pick up Secret Wars 1 now, and on the 13th of May, pick up 2.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Come to the store, pick it up, talk to us. We love doing that stuff.
We do. Next up is the Wonder Woman 77 special. Just this week, watched the pilot episode for the Wonder Woman TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Linda Carter is beautiful. The show is funny, campy. It's in the same vein as Batman 66. Say the comic book has the same feel. So if you really enjoyed that TV show, you would really enjoy this comic book. The other fun thing about Marvel Comics right now that came out this week and probably all this month, all these issues that are coming out are final issues. So the issue of Amazing Spider-Man that came out this week, the end. The issue that came out Ant-Man this week, the end. All these books are ending because
Rocket Raccoon.
All these books are ending because the Marvel Universe is dead. So, watch that book. Or read that book. Don't watch it. It's not TV. Convergence #5 came out this week. In this issue, we find out a bit more about Telos, who he is, what his origins are, who Deimos is and what his plans are. We find out, where Brainiac has been this whole time. Very, very interesting issue. We have 3 more issues to go before Convergence wraps.
Anyways, that's all the weekly geekly comic book news for the week. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Qatar.
My name is Ken.
I'm Enrique.
Come down here, get your comic books, talk to us about anything geeky. Come on by. Thanks again. Go watch the Avengers. Go check out their new weekly books. And from all of us here at Comic University.
Class dismissed.